Hello, welcome to Call of Cthulhu Part 1. This is a game that came out last year on October 31st, so I wasn't able to play it for Horror Month, but I really wanted to, and this is something that happens every year, and it always frustrates me. One year it was Fatal Frame, another year it was, I don't remember, but every single year they're like, "Ooh, Halloween release, spooky, woo!" And it always backfires because I want to play it that whole month coming up to Halloween, and it always ruins my plans. Anyway, so I am actually playing it on my laptop and streaming through my desktop because um, it's a complicated mess when I just try to play it on my desktop, and if I try to stream and play it on my desktop at the same time, we get some of the things that happened last year. If you were watching, um, you go from 100 frames per second to 14. Hey, Carl, King of Ducks, how's it going? Um, anyway, so I tested it out, and this should work. Let's get started. Though I didn't test it out with the controller, so that's not great. And I don't know any of the people, or I don't know any of the games that these guys made before. Cyanide Studio sounds vaguely familiar. Oh, I'm going to turn off the FPS counter. I'm doing good. I'm finally able to play a PC game on stream, which is something I've been trying to do for a while, and it's hard to set up. More annoying than hard. Okay. Let's see what the settings are. I looked at the graphic setting. I think I looked at all the settings. Subtitles is all we need. I'll have to adjust the volume as we go because it's set up kind of weird. And I did a little 2-minute test run of the game to make sure everything was working. Alright, Boston, 1924. Edward Pierce, veteran of the First World War, drowns his memories in liquor and sleeping pills. He is now a private detective who has trouble finding a case able to lift him from his torpor. Pierce must find a new case quickly or risk losing his license. Okay, that's kind of weird. I guess that's how licenses work. If you don't use it, you lose it. I like the words that they use here, torpor, and I guess that's it. But there's something about the flow of the words that is very, very Lovecraftian. And they called it the First World War, not the Great War. But that's fine. Enter madness. If I am mad, it is mercy. May the gods pity the man who in his callousness can remain send to the hideous end. H.P. Lovecraft. Ah, sharks. Game saved. That was a good save point, I guess. Oh. Yeah, okay. Like it expired, kind of like a driver's license. You have to go get it renewed every 5 years or whatever it is. If you're not driving, it doesn't really make sense to get it. Is there anything over there? I don't know. It's in a visual haze. Counter darkness. You must light up some items in order to interact with them. Okay. What is the light up button? I thought I pressed Y. Okay. Oh, maybe I have to take it here. Yeah. Okay. There we go. That's what I was meant to do. Bolt cutter, just what I wanted. You're not a bolt, but same purpose.
In my wake, pulled along. Fate inescapably draws you on.
I suppose, yes. Okay, thank you. Yes, no spoilers, please. But I will appreciate any help if I get stuck.
What a putrid offering.
Gross. It's all sharks and guts and... It's like we're at the bottom of a fish factory.
Don't
Fish
fight.
factory. Fish cannery.
Been chosen.
No, I'm fighting. I'm running.
Behold. Everything has already been written. But perhaps you will attempt to change your destiny.
Oh no, not me. Pretend I don't exist. I actually haven't. I've read like one short story. I hate Well, let's add another nightmare. Oh, this is already packed with stuff. Pierce Detective Agency. The doctor can well repeat to me that I no longer need my remedy to keep my memories at bay, but I know that if I stop, the memories will return. One of these mornings, I probably won't wake up. Despite the treatment, I again hear voices in my dreams, but they are different, unknown. They seem to surface from unfathomable and ancient depths. What nameless creature is calling me? I've heard of that, but I haven't read it or played the game. Really, I know about him more by reputation and style than I do by actual things that he's done. My private detective agency contracted to the Wentworth Detective Agency. Okay, so he's like a franchise. After the Great War, I decided to set up in Boston, where there is no lack of work for guys like me. One small-time case follows the other: adultery, settled scores, disappearances that are not actually disappearances. The old office couch is less comfortable than a real bed, and I should probably get rid of these empty bottles. But this place is mine for the moment. Okay. No clues. I don't have a clue. Lighter. My old lighter that I engraved in the memory of the 77th Infantry Division and the men of the Lost Battalion who fell. Okay. Can I inspect it? Aha. All I can do is look at it, though. I can't light it for fun. I see. So it's like something that you need to know about, or is it just like lore, kind of? I guess what I'm asking is it something that they will tell you in the game, or do you already have to know about it? Guess I better have a drink. This will affect my destiny. Somehow I'm not surprised, but it's cool that it told me that. Okay. Yeah, he's an author that I've wanted to check out for a while. It's like one of those things where I would never find the time, but I have a huge list of books that I want to read, and he's on there.
Are you Edward Pierce, private investigator contracted by the Wentworth Detective Agency?
That's correct.
Hello, Mr. Pierce. I'm Lucy Sherrifield, in charge of investigators over at Wentworth. I'm calling because of a problem with your file. A fire has destroyed some of our documents.
Is that right?
I'm so very sorry, but I have to collect your personal information yet again.
Again? Ooh, wow. Okay, so I knew that there were some stat kind of things, but I didn't know it was this deep. Strength is physical power. It increases your chances of forcing doors or mechanisms, or of using violence. Physical or verbal. Verbal violence. You're an idiot! Oh. Eloquence represents your ability to influence those you talk to by power of speech. Improving this skill increases your chance of convincing or manipulating during discussions. That sounds useful. That. Yeah, I heard about that recently. There's been a lot of controversy, and didn't somebody win? I'm looking at the screen. Didn't somebody win the award but wouldn't take it because of that? Let's see. Investigation represents your investigating talents. Improving the skill increases your chance of understanding past events by analyzing a crime scene or an object and of picking locks. 6 points. Spot hidden stuff. That's useful. An undiscovered object will not appear in game. Whoa, that's just hard hidden. Wow. Psychology represents your knowledge of human behavior. Improving the skill increases your chances of understanding the motivations of a person based on his or her behavior or on the analysis of objects. Interesting. Occult. Represents your knowledge of the occult sciences. Improving the skill increases your chances of determining the use and origin of occult artifacts and of expressing your knowledge of the myth. Oh, I have none of that. Or it's 1, which is 0%. Medicine represents your medical knowledge. Improving the skill increases your chance of determining the dosage of a drug, or making a diagnosis, or of expressing your understanding of a medical problem. Okay. So maybe, I think I'll take this, and what was, well, strength is 6. Okay, I'll do these ones. Oh, I still have, wait, what? Did I just put 1 point in? Okay. Ah, I see. Alright. Sounds good.
Thank you for this information, Mr. Pierce. Our files will soon be up to date. And on a related
Yeah,
matter,
eloquence is
may I
probably
raise
the
a
thing I'll go
sensitive
for
question?
next.
What's wrong?
As you know, we wish to closely monitor the progress of our contractors. And it would seem you've been accepting fewer new cases.
Work is scarce.
Mr. Pierce, you know as well as I do, there's never been more investigative work than now.
But are those cases worth it?
They're worth not losing your license. Show yourself worthy of the Wentworth Detective Agency, and we might keep you on the payroll. Mr. Pierce, are you still...
I'm coming.
Sir, I came here on the advice of a person whom I hold in high esteem, and I must say that I expected anything but a drunkard's lair.
No, you're a drunkard.
You're free to leave anytime, sir.
Do you know to whom you speak?
Stephen Webster, industrialist and art collector. All of Boston knows you.
Tell me, Mr. Pierce, are you capable of handling a new case, or are you simply a deadbeat inebriate?
If you come to me, it means you're desperate.
Nobody believes me. They take me for an old fool. Sarah, my little girl, she is dead. Even you must know of her. She was Sarah Hawkins.
The painter? Yes. Everyone knows her work.
The police accuse her of killing her family. They all died in a fire. Sarah, her husband, and Simon, my grandson.
I can't do anything for a woman who is already dead.
Find out the truth. They say she was mad, but I
We'll
know
find
that's
out if
a
it's
lie.
a good game.
She would never have done
bit.
such a thing.
But if you have no proof...
I've brought all that
We're
I
only,
have. Look,
like 20 minutes in.
I want you to look carefully at this painting. Tell me all the assumptions that come to mind.
Assumptions, huh?
What am I supposed to find?
Tell me if this is the work of madness. Or if, on the contrary, you manage to detect some logic, a rationality to follow so that I may understand it.
Is that all you want from me?
Yes, please.
All right. I'll look at your picture.
I'll look at your
That's all you've got?
picture.
A painting?
I placed a file on your desk. It contains everything I have on the affair.
Okay.
A warehouse on Darkwater. Some sketches of the Hawkins family. Rather thin.
Shipping labels. Some of it is unreadable, but I can make out part of the address. Warehouse 36, or maybe it's 56, 36, Darkwater. The police report says that the fire started in the dining room and it claimed the whole family. The police decide on a domestic accident, but they nevertheless insist on Sarah Hawkins' mental frailty. Why? Press cutting. An article written about the marriage of Sarah and Charles Hawkins, a businessman from the island of Darkwater. They live a recluse life with their only son Simon. That's it. I can take it. That's it.
What's this symbol on the man's chest? It's as if Sarah Hawkins breathed a message into it.
So, Mr. Pierce, what do you make of these elements?
Wait, I want to know about the occult thing. I guess I missed my window to press the button. Warehouse 36.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's last painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Mental fragility.
You must tell me if what the police suggest about the mental state of your daughter is true.
No. Sarah had visions. Everyone knew that. She never would have hurt a fly. She only thought she saw things.
Saw things? What do you mean by that?
I never knew what she meant by that. My daughter was an enigmatic figure, Mr. Pierce. You must find out the truth about her life and death.
Oh, I already unlocked it. Cool. Something's fishy.
The meaning could be exactly as it appears. I think your daughter is sending you a message.
That's what I believe, too. It was 3 months ago that I received the call from the police telling me of my daughter's death. And yet a short while after, this painting was delivered to my home. The painting is linked to this case, can't you see? You must find the meaning behind all this.
Oakley, Oakley. But...
Her husband was a big deal on the island. But the police are sticking to the accident theory. Though they mentioned Sarah's mental state was fragile. I believe you are right, sir. This case is not as simple as it appears.
I am aware of that. I believe there is more to this case than just an accident.
I think I already asked him about the warehouse. I'll ask again.
The sender's label mentions Warehouse 36.
That's right. It came with Sarah's
I already
last
asked him.
painting.
And you think your daughter could have been the sender?
That is what you must find out. Go to Darkwater. Find Warehouse 36.
Where did she live?
Darkwater.
That's the only thing I didn't ask.
Never heard of the place. Where is that?
It's a small, remote island off the coast of Boston. Sarah lived there with her son and her husband.
I suppose you want to ship me off there.
Darkwater holds the secret regarding my daughter, Mr. Pierce. You must uncover it.
Uncover the secrets. I wonder why it's not greened out. That's kind of weird. That's all the information I need, I guess, though.
I think I'm beginning to understand.
I'm willing to do anything for my daughter to recover her honor.
Renew my license.
Quiet down. I'm on your side. Let's sum things up. An artist dies with her family in a house fire. Your only clue is a sort of promontory painting sent from Darkwater right before her death.
Correct. And the rumors about her supposed folly.
Which you don't totally deny.
Find that warehouse. Find out the truth regarding Sarah Hawkins' death. You'll be handsomely compensated.
All right. I'll take the case. I'll go to Darkwater and look into the death of your daughter.
Thank you, Mr. Pierce. I didn't expect any less coming from a man in your situation.
Something's queer. But it's not like I have a choice.
You were born this way.
Darkwater. I think I've got a book on the North Atlantic.
Sitting
I'll
on
no
this
doubt find some
chair
information
forever,
on this
probably.
island in there.
Do, 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 do. A strange picture painted by Sarah Hawkins a short while before her tragic death was sent to her father just after the artist died. He's convinced that she is the sender. He brought me the painting so that I could examine it. Stephen Webster, the wealthy industrialist, came to my office. He wants me to reopen the Sarah Hawkins case, named after his daughter, who died in a fire alongside her entire family. I must examine the documents he compiled in order to know more about the case. All that remains is to leave for Darkwater. I'll certainly find something about Darkwater in my bookcase. Certainly. How's my sanity? Edward Pierce is a veteran of the First World War, where he took part in the Meuse Argonne offensive. He is one of the few survivors of the Lost Battalion, American units that suffered heavy losses from enemy and Allied artillery fire. Forced to hold their position for several days surrounding the bodies of their fallen comrades without food or medical supplies, the soldiers were considered as lost by their fellow countrymen. Pierce is traumatized by these events. He consumes sleeping pills and liquor to ward off the nightmares that haunt him. Yeah, I'd be traumatized and have a sanity meter if I was him. Sanity stable, confident in your abilities and your Cartesian mind. You conduct your investigation by sticking to the facts, your convictions, and your perception of reality. Your conclusions are logical and reliable. Yeah, I love insanity meters and stuff like that. I can't think of the name of it right now. That there was a GameCube game that undoubtedly was inspired by Lovecraft. What was it called? As I think, its name is leaving me more and more. But its sanity effects were great because there would be like bugs crawling on the screen, and it would suddenly switch to like video 2 in the corner and a blue screen. A lot of the insanity effects were real life. There was one where if you save, it would be like your save file is corrupted. That one was like, you don't want to get that one. No, not Sinking City. I think, didn't that come out just like a couple months ago? really wish I could remember the name of that. I can't remember. It'll come to me in like 15 minutes and I'll be like, I'll just shout it out. Okay, Stephen Webster. He's a businessman. He's well respected. Though he doesn't think that, he thinks stuff is fishy. Simon Hawkins, he's a robot, and he's dead. Occupation schoolboy. He died in the fire that claimed his whole family. Charles Hawkins, he's a robot with a beard. He was a local celebrity on Darkwater, the heir of a ship owner family who used to travel a lot. He met Sarah Hawkins during a trip in Paris. They fell in love, got married, and Hawkins took her to the remote island of Darkwater, where she immediately regretted the marriage. They had a child named Simon and lived a very secretive life. She also looks like a robot. Yeah, at the time it was unintentional for once. Sarah Hawkins, a painter known for her tortured artistic universe. She was worshipped for the strangeness of her work and the rarity of her public appearances. I seem to remember that she once said, "I paint what my dreams whisper to me." Okay. So she might have like a little bit of seer or something in her. Her marriage to Charles Hawkins years ago surprised high society columnists. A wealthy Boston heiress, known for her party-going, chooses to follow her new husband and live as a recluse on the island of Darkwater! She disappeared from the front pages of newspapers and nobody heard any more about her. Even her death in a fire remains secret. Only her father, Stephen Webster, continues to seek the truth. Read that. This painting depicts a monstrous silhouette threatening a woman and child. Flames can be made out in the background. Stephen Webster, the father of Sarah Hawkins, thinks that it is linked to the death of his daughter. Oh, I got knowledge. The bar owner who hired me didn't like the way I closed this case. Oh, that's an old thing. Alright, where's that book? Not that. This. The Learning of Medicine.
Darkwater is off
There
the
we go.
coast of Boston. But I've never heard of it. According to this book, it was often mentioned during whale hunting times at the end of the 19th century. But it seems to have been shunned since then.
Darkwater Island has been inhabited since the 14th century and is still rich with the many memories left by its lost tribes. But don't let the romanticism of these moving evidences of such naive and primitive beliefs fool you into forgetting how violent their gods were. A gigantic creature still ornates the walls of long-abandoned caves. Was it a sea or dream god? No one knows, but today's inhabitants, the sons and daughters of the proud whale hunters, still remember the mysterious and tumultuous story of their small land off the coast of Massachusetts.
All I have to do is go to the port. I just hope that I can find a boat able to take me to Darkwater.
I think the painting... Well, let's take another look at it. Wrong button. Let's see. I think it's, it looks like that's her on the left, and now I just noticed there's another person, that's probably her husband. I think it's a, yeah, premonition of something bad. And maybe she painted it and then sent it to her father as a warning, or maybe a sign that she's still alive and being kept captive for some reason, though I can't imagine what that would be. Or maybe they're using her for her powers, if she is a seer of some kind. The creature thing has... I'm not sure if it's just like a hole in his chest and there's like blood dripping out, or if that's some kind of symbol, like a circle with 3 lines going down. And then obviously his head and hands are all messed up, arms are all messed up. Yeah, her son. Yeah, that makes more sense. Because it sounds like the father's in on it because he brought her there. So, I mean, obviously everybody on the island would be in on it. Whatever it is. Alright, let's go there. Find out what it is. I earned a point. Pierce took the Hawkins case. The cursed artist is accused of having caused the fire that killed... Oh, the artist is accused of having caused the fire. Huh. That killed her and her family. As the only clue, she left her father a disturbing painting. On the shipping label, a warehouse on the docks of the island of Darkwater. The place seems to be the starting point for Pierce's investigation. Okay. Looks like a very welcoming place. His arms, it looks like, well, I don't know, it just looks chaotic. It's kind of too messed up to tell at this point. I'm sure there's some meaning to it, but like, just like with the nightmare part at the earlier, you know, there was a creature thing that attacked me, but I couldn't really tell what it was other than horrifying. Love a good 20-minute in title drop. That's great.
We're almost there. Stay on board. There's guys coming to unload. Welcome to
thanks for
Darkwater
watching.
Island, Mr. Pierce.
Why, thank
And
you.
thanks for
Captain
following.
Fitzroy.
So, what wind brought you?
Does the Hawkins case mean anything to you?
A sad story that we would all prefer to forget. Charles Hawkins may have been a landlubber, but he was a good man.
And his wife, Sarah Hawkins.
A nice young woman, and a great painter. What a tragedy. You know what? Go have a drink at the Stranded Whale. What you need is a good pick-me-up. Mitchell may not be very welcoming, but his bar holds a surprise for you. As for me, you'll find me at the Harbor Master's office. If it's the Hawkins family that brings you here, I have a pile of documents that should interest you.
Understood. I'm going for a look around the docks.
Fitzroy. Oh, hey. Intuitive and visionary for artist for some, overpriced and passive for others, Sarah Hawkins leaves nobody indifferent. This mysterious and reserved painter offers strange images with violent colors and wild strokes to the world. If her paintings are testimony to her vision of the world, then the world of Sarah Hawkins is a portal to open to other dimensions. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. It seems the world has forgotten the very existence of this isolated rock off the coast of Boston. It is a small, inhospitable island whose coastline is made up of steep cliffs and sharp reefs, and with only one outlet to the sea. It is mainly inhabited by the descendants of whalers who set up a supply post there in the 1800s. It was hit severely by the collapse of this activity. I think that the only venture on the island that is still profitable is its medical institute. At the entrance to the part of Darkwater, one still passes in front of the shell of the Scylla, the last whaling ship to have brought back a catch. Sailors wander by the docks, looking for some small job for the day. A gang of bootleggers has set itself up there and is gnawing away at the territory of Captain Fitzroy, the last sailor to own a boat capable of making the round trip between the island and mainland. Here, the golden age of whale hunting is but a distant memory. Huh. Okay.
Let the police do their work. Hey, Sullivan. And the same goes for you, sir. Move along.
No, I'm special.
They seem to be very agitated about a dead animal.
You're telling me? These fools think that putting the whale back in the water will bring about the end of the world.
They're superstitious.
If only you knew. They only listen to Captain Fitzroy. And not always. And you? What brings you to our island?
I'm looking for this address. Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
I like you, so I'll be frank with you. Don't go near the place. Don't try to get in.
Why?
Because I told you so. Learn to accept some friendly advice. Now, please, allow me to do my job.
You can't understand. Don't put that beast back in the water, you shysters. You're crazy. They're cops. They can't understand. Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway. That's no way to treat it.
I need a drink.
Hey, be careful. Let's get him another drink. He's dry.
In my bar, we don't serve troublemakers.
You didn't show respect. I'm sorry. I think I'm gonna fail these two, so... No, it is you who is wrong. Or just apologize, yeah.
Pure instinct. I behaved like a Hun, and I sincerely apologize.
Veteran, huh?
307th Infantry Regiment.
Well, that'll be okay for now. But the war is over. Try not to forget it.
I'm here for information, not for a fight.
I prefer it that way. Speak then. I reserve the right to answer or not.
No prohibition, huh?
I didn't expect to find alcohol
Oh
on
yeah,
this island.
I forgot.
What's the source of this miracle?
You mean who? Our source of supply wouldn't like me to betray them to the first comer.
I'll tell nobody.
She'd know it anyway. Anything else?
You told me all I need to know.
Do you know where this place is? Warehouse 36, Darkwater Harbor.
The Hawkins warehouse. I see, yeah. If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams, that sort of thing.
Screams.
And that's not all. There's the fate of its owners and all the superstitions that go with it. But I'll say no more. Anything else?
Order a drink.
Captain Fitzroy told me about a little pick-me-up.
You want a drink?
Just a little one.
I wouldn't say no to a glass.
Try this.
I think we'll get along well.
Tell me about Darkwater.
The stranded whale. I guess this bar has been here a long time.
What can I tell you? I'm a nostalgic sort of guy. The name, it reminds us of the golden age of Darkwater. When our whalers left for long months and came back, sweating and stinking of the oil and flesh of the whales they'd been hunting.
It was a tough time, all the same.
Ah, but steeped in glory. We've never known such wealth since then.
What can you tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then, I don't want to speak ill of the dead.
Her style made her famous. How would you describe it? Tortured?
Yeah, well, it wasn't normal. I mean, for a young woman with a child and all that. We saw them in the papers and we said to ourselves, who can paint such things? Is that how she sees the world?
So they made you feel uncomfortable.
You need to see them for yourself. Make up your own mind.
Her vision, was it so terrible?
Way I see it, the truth is really a question of point of view.
What do you mean by that?
Do you still trust the truth after a bottle of whiskey?
Yeah, probably.
I've got what I need.
Anything else?
No, does this just go back to the
What
other
can you
menu?
tell me about her?
We all knew she was famous on the mainland for her paintings. Never understood why. Then,
Okay.
I've got what I need.
anything else?
No. Find out about Dark Boy. That's what I was just at. Okay.
That'll be all for now.
Consult my diary. Okay. Roy Mitchell runs the only bar in Darkwater. Prohibition has no hold on the stranded whale, and sailors come to seek some comfort in Mitchell's whiskey. The man therefore knows more than anyone the secrets and rumors that the inhabitants of the island exchange after a few glasses. Mitchell is devoted to the golden age of whale hunting. If the number of numerous trophies that decorate his establishment are anything to go by, the man will talk freely on this subject of which he was so keen, but he will be less far enthusiastic if one was to inquire about his source of liquor. The Stranded Whale, a bar where liquor is served with total impunity. It's the last thing I expected to find when I arrived on this island. The Stranded Whale is its name, and it's managed with an iron hand by the owner, a certain Mitchell. He does not tolerate troublemakers, and he fiercely protects the identity of his supplier. All the inhabitants of the area seem to go there, and even so it looks to be a truce between the bootleggers and the sailors. So when they say bootleggers, are they talking about alcohol or something else? I don't know. Pierce. Skills. Wait, what was that? The medicine and occult skills can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. Oh, now that I've brought them up to level 2, maybe. That's probably why they're yellow. Okay, so at least I've got the finding spot hidden objects skill. Whatever.
Nightmares. Can hear things and voices whispering. Will follow its reader and appear at various locations, gifted with its own consciousness, until it finds a new reader.
You have given yourself a bit too much scarring and self-mutilation, my friend.
Do you like our song?
We're true sirens.
We may not be pros, but we give it all we've got.
That's true. It's a reminder of the time when we were still fishing for whales off Darkwater Island.
Wait, it was during their lifetimes, or are they just passing down the song?
What brought whaling to an end?
The whales, of course.
They all disappeared.
You exhausted the stocks.
You could say that, yes. There were fewer and fewer of them.
Until the last, the biggest.
The one of the miraculous catch.
Exactly.
I've never heard this song before.
Only people from here know it. It tells the story of the miraculous catch.
It's a local legend?
Watch what you say, young man.
That catch saved our island.
Ah. Where's the proof?
We're the proof.
Without it, the whole of Darkwater would have died of hunger in 1847.
It's true. Everything happened just as it says in the newspaper report.
What report?
The one that's framed right behind you. Our grandparents tasted its flesh.
And it was delicious.
Then they turned into monsters.
I bid you farewell, gentlemen.
Good night, stranger.
So long.
The miraculous
shanty.
catch. Apparently, the most significant event of the last 80 years.
May 1847. The Scylla returns to port to save Darkwater from famine. We had given up hope. The crew of the Scylla, or what remains of it, returned to Darkwater port late on Tuesday afternoon. The locals immediately rushed to the docks to welcome the last whaling ship on the island. People were amazed at the sight of the unbelievable catch the brave vessel had on board. Of a size that went beyond that of the formidable toothed whales, the cetacean that is already being called the miraculous catch covered the whale deck, and parts of it were hanging over the ship. The surviving sailors told a frightening account of their perilous catch, but also of its meat, unmatched in its quality and plentiful nutritious benefits. There is no doubt that the immense size of this whale will allow numerous inhabitants of Darkwater to feed themselves, bringing an end to the famine from which part of the island was suffering. Warehouse for rent. Mr. Marks is putting up his warehouse for rent from June for fishing, workstop, or storage activities. You can contact him via your favorite newspaper or visit him on the docks. I don't think that's going to be an option. Special evening at the Stranded Whale. To celebrate the return of our brave whalers, all the staff at the Stranded Whale invite you to an exceptional and free tasting event. Come with your family or with your friends to taste the miraculous catch. Each person will leave with a bottle of oil, so don't hesitate.
You have no right to treat us like this.
And the doctor.
Cult element. The miraculous catch is what the locals call the last catch of the whalers. In 1847, although whales were disappearing from the fishing zone of the Darkwater, whalers, the crew of the Scylla made a gigantic and monstrous catch that saved the island from famine. They still celebrate this catch, and an article from this time still decorates the bar. It's strange how the memory seems so alive, as if it was maintained by the survivors. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. Ooh, I got a clue. What's the clue? This is the clue. Great.
What did he say?
He laughed.
My God.
Oh, there's an asylum on the island. That's wonderful.
Charles Hawkins was a heavy drinker. And a debtor. Interesting.
That's the tab board. I should probably turn those off. Where did that mysterious woman go? Here she is.
What you looking at, stranger?
Speak her name and she will be summoned. She can certainly put them away.
I've rarely seen a woman who can hold her liquor so confidently.
What gives you the right to judge me?
Ah, it was a compliment.
So what? Let me drink, stranger. I told you to beat it.
Oh. Are you Fitzroy? No, you're not. So I thought that was him on the stool here. But no, that was some scumbag. Alright, maybe he's in the back. Nope.
And then he said, "You have no right to treat us like this."
What did he say?
Alright,
My God.
You said it.
hmm? Now let's just talk to Fitzroy in general. Oh, maybe it was in the harbor master's office. You Fitzroy?
I've brought out the
Yeah,
Charles
okay.
Hawkins cargo manifests.
Cargo.
They're on the table next to you. But in truth, you're likely to be disappointed. When you're done, come join me on the deck.
Ah,
These manifests are signed by Charles Hawkins. But that's all I'll get from them.
only a few dates are still legible. 1890, 1907, and a partial date. The rest of the document is blacked out. Who would want this information to be hidden? Wait. They're signed... Oh, right. It's like 1925 or something. So, yeah, that works out. Okay. He'd be like... Let's say he's 50, maybe? No, wait. He's the husband. So let's say he's 30. Yeah, that about works out. Memorize that clue. It's my awesome memory.
The Scylla. It finished up beached at the entrance to the harbor. A souvenir from a more prosperous era.
Yeah.
I guess this blackboard hasn't been wiped for more than 70 years.
I should clean it.
Fishing equipment. Could do with some rust remover. I wonder what Captain Fitzroy has got to say about this woman, Cat.
Terms of our agreement are clear. Keep your men under control. You cannot afford to provoke us. No need to answer this message. Just make sure just make your payment to the carrier. Just the name Cat makes me assume that it's yeah, okay, cool. Makes me assume that it's the woman in the bar. That's interesting. Hey, Volume 2 teaches ethics and good practice to medical staff. Shouldn't that be Volume 1? Ooh, character sheet. I got an extra 4% for picking that up. I should have started with it a little bit because I picked up the Volume 1 of that. That's not how this works. Can I go up the ladder? No, of course not. I like how there's certain games where you can just feel like by the style of movement and you know how you interact with stuff that you won't be able to go up a ladder or
This man
climb
and
around
Fitzroy could
something.
be twins.
Could be his father. The stuff in the background looks like it's in working conditions, so it might be back when everything was still running. It could be his grandfather. Yeah, okay.
What a macabre souvenir.
Macabre. Oh, is that like a... Oh, it's a peg leg. I'm like... What could this be used that's bad for? And I'm like, is that like a whale beating stick? Whacking stick.
From here, I see everything that goes on in the harbor. The hard-working lives of my sailors, the fights at the stranded whale. Even the antics of these wharf rats don't escape me.
Oh,
it's you who lays
rats.
down the law around here.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. I'm just the last serving captain on Darkwater. Tell me what I can do to help you.
Your manifests have been blacked out. They're totally unreadable.
Yeah, I saw that. I've got no idea who did it or why. I don't remember having countersigned anything special enough for someone to hide it.
And why obliterate the dates, as well as the goods stored in the warehouse?
You mean that the dates have some meaning?
Well, not literally you tell me, but...
I'm surprised Charles Hawkins had goods to store, knowing that whaling stopped in 1847.
I see that you're interested in the history of our island. Indeed, maritime activities ceased altogether at the end of the last century. I imagine that the Hawkins family had other types of contracts.
But you don't know with whom?
No, it was none of my business.
Before I ask about the warehouse, tell me about Darkwater. Well, I know what the miraculous catch is. Who's Cat?
I found a threatening letter, signed by a certain Cat.
What? I don't mind you visiting my harbor master's office, but I'd prefer if you didn't go through my affairs.
So I was rifling through your desk.
Not exactly, no. That shyster wants to make us pay protection money.
With any success?
I wouldn't say that, but she terrifies my men as much as her own.
Can you not do anything to stop her?
Don't you worry about that.
I was looking at your photograph. The one of the man in front of the boat.
Ah, yes, I can see the one you're talking about.
Interesting resemblance. I thought it was you, but with a wooden leg.
And for good reason. That's my father in the photograph.
Your father?
John Fitzroy, captain of the Scylla. His wooden leg is here. You can go and see it if you're interested.
He would have been pretty old at that point. So the miraculous catch happened in 47? Is that right?
The miraculous catch. Is it a local legend?
Not at all. It's an episode from our glorious past. Go read the story of the sailor's return to Darkwater Harbor.
I did. That's why I'm
It's
asking
displayed
about
on
this.
the wall of the stranded whale.
Okay. I'll ask about
I'm
the
looking for
warehouse.
Warehouse 36. Do you know where it is?
Look, it's right there. The warehouse is opposite the jetty. You can't miss it.
Understood.
You know who the building belongs to, don't you?
Investigation. I like how I had multiple ways of finding out. That's cool. And I have a bluff. But I'm not sure if that works. Is this a game for you?
I don't have time to play guessing games. I'm investigating the death of a whole family.
You're right. It belonged to Charles Hawkins. Ship owners from father to son.
I see. That explains those loading manifests. Too bad I can't get much out of them. I think that somebody here wanted me to search this warehouse.
Okay.
I shall be on my way.
So come back and see me when you've got something new.
Gained 1 CP. Okay, so get 1. Or what takes 2? I took all those already. So what do I want next? You understand the motivations of a person based on their behavior or the analysis of objects. The analysis of objects. That's some pretty deep Jungian psychology you got going there. I think I might go for eloquence. Though psychology. Okay, that's at level 2. That's at level 2. Yeah. All right. I think every level is another 20%. Unless unless you find items. So do I want psychology or eloquence? I don't think eloquence is gonna do me any good in the recent future. Whatever, I don't need to decide for a while. Alright, I'm going to go back in here and accuse that woman of being Cat.
He laughed.
My God.
I told you to beat it.
Oh. I only had the one chance. And I blew it. I don't even remember what I did.
Not that again. She will get us in
I think I
trouble.
was just like, hey, you're... I like a woman who can drink.
Can't understand. You're not sailors. It's a sign. There's something coming.
Something fishy going around here.
Come on, you could tell me.
No, if it gets out, I'll have serious problems with you-know-who.
I bet that you hid them somewhere in your hut on the docks.
How could you be dumb enough to leave the entrance to the warehouses unguarded?
Keep your voice down. Why not go and shout at the cat while you're at it? I don't want to end up with her little knife under my throat.
It's a stiletto, you idiot.
And with that smell on your breath, I don't give you much chance anyway.
It's not a knife, it's a stiletto. Idiot. It's not a gun, it's a pistol. Alright, so these guys aren't gonna let me pass, are they?
Come on, you could tell me.
Who's this guy?
No idea. You better keep it shut. What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
Eloquence. Guess I was wrong. Alright, well, I have the unlocked answer. Don't know how much good that's gonna do. I already know their activities. Let me just use this.
I've got to enter the Hawkins warehouse. I guess it's going to be complicated.
No, it's very simple, in fact. Fuck off.
I don't give a damn about your racket. I just want to get into this warehouse.
And we don't give a damn about you. Whatever your reason for wanting inside, there's nothing we can do for you.
Uh-huh. Work for Cat?
Cat. She's your boss.
What? You listen through keyholes?
No, Windows.
She's the boss, yeah. She says who goes in or not.
Shut up, you dummy. You wanted to know that you also talk too much.
She must be quite intimidating if she can make two men like you tremble.
She redid the smile at the last one who wanted to get in.
I hope he had a good dentist.
No, you don't understand. She really cut him a new smile.
But he only smiles with the left cheek.
She sounds frightening, your boss.
And she doesn't like to be talked about behind her back.
So, who are you?
Are you stupid or are you doing it on purpose?
Everybody knows us on Darkwater.
I've just arrived.
Let's just say we're standing guard for the owner of the site. And we let no one enter her property.
Okay. Eloquence.
I've got to get inside. It's your
No,
boss
fail.
who sent me.
Oh, yeah? And why didn't she say anything to us?
She sent me to see who's filching her star.
Ooh, good one.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You got no proof to back up your claims, and I'd advise you against snitching.
If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Who are you?
Where do you think you're going?
What are you actually doing
I
here?
thought that the Hawkins case had been closed.
That's true.
So what are you doing on guard duty in front of this warehouse?
Who's asking the questions here, the cop or the tourist?
I'm no tourist.
Who are these others so interested in the warehouse?
And why would I tell you?
What's the difference between a police officer and a private detective?
The badge?
Exactly. Apart from that piece of metal, there's nothing that sets us apart.
You think so?
We're looking for the same thing, you and I.
Okay. Spare me the next verse. I'll tell you what I know. There are sailors who think that there's a beast prowling around the docks. Then again, these guys panic at the thought of bringing a rabbit onto a boat, so...
I see.
And there are others who would like to use the warehouses for their goods.
That's fine.
Now it pointed me in that direction. Okay. Kind of weird. Maybe there's something over there, but I'm gonna try one last time.
What's with you wandering around here like a hungry dog?
Hungry.
What are you guarding exactly?
Goods and services.
I bid you gentlemen farewell. If I can't get rid of those two, I'll have to look for another way.
Can't I call the cops? Can't I call the cop on them? There's only one. For the whole island. As far as I know.
You live here?
Why did you do that, huh?
We saw what you did to St. Brendan.
Yeah, we'll teach you to come onto our island and ridicule our protectors.
I've never heard of this saint. Is it a local belief?
But everyone knows St. Brendan, the navigator.
He's the patron saint of whales and whalers.
What happened to the statue?
Go see for yourself. He's at the end of the jetty.
There's you, our beloved statue, and then those two bozos behind us. Wait, now that I think about it, it's got to be them. There's one of them who's always going back and forth to the statue.
Quieter. That's all we need for them to hear us.
What brings you to dark water?
I'd like them to get rid of those guys, but let's see what they can tell me.
That statue represents your local saint.
What do you mean by local, exactly?
You wouldn't be looking down at us, like all townspeople do.
St. Brendan. He protected whalers and fishermen like us. Until those assholes defaced him.
Okay.
Peculiar house.
Yeah, that's where we live. Our boat.
It's not because it doesn't float anymore that we're going to abandon it.
Isn't it a bit early for alcohol?
We got nothing better to do anyway. There's not much work around here.
Fitzroy gives us a few chores every now and again, but since the whaling station shut down, ain't a lot of jobs left around here.
So we drink.
The two guys behind you. What are they guarding?
The bootleggers. Scum.
They're protecting their territory. From whom, I wonder?
They really don't have a choice anyway. They're more scared of Cat than an attack by drunken sailors.
If only they would kill each other.
Is it Cat who's shaking down Captain Fitzroy?
Hold on just a minute. We didn't tell you a thing.
Nothing at all.
Is there more about the island that... Oh, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, go get rid of those guys.
I have an offer that could interest you.
We're listening.
I need you to keep them busy for a while.
You send us to take the punishment while you go quietly about your business. What's in it for us?
What would convince you to help me?
There's only one thing that'll get us to move.
Booze?
For sure.
Yeah, of course.
Bring us something to drink and we'll take care of the bootleggers.
Liquor?
Exactly.
I'll try to find some for you.
Okay. I know just the place.
Don't put that beast back in the water, you
The doctor, what did he say?
What can I get you?
Buy a bottle of whiskey.
Let's say I want to buy a bottle from you.
Choice is yours. Everything's on sale.
Trade-off.
What would you say to a deal? Your bottle for a service.
It's $5 for everyone, including you.
Are you sure?
Certain.
I guess I'm not desperate.
I'm not judging you.
Oh.
What do you know about the Hawkins warehouse?
If I were you, I wouldn't hang around there.
Why not?
First off, there are rumors. Sailors from around here say you can hear noises coming from the warehouse at night. Screams.
Screams?
And that's not all. But anything else?
I'll say no more.
That'll be all for now.
I'll ask no more.
stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
Alright, you two.
So, have you got what we asked you for?
Yeah. Your job is go.
Now, sit back and enjoy our performance. Follow me. Cheers, you jackass.
I don't feel well.
Hey, where are you going?
Say that again. I hope for your sake that I didn't hear.
No, it's not what you think.
Okay. I don't know what's gonna happen to them. Oh well. What warehouse is this?
Let's see. Shoot. I'll have to find another way to get in.
Dang it.
Well, well. A little mouse has got lost on our turf. You're not only inquisitive, you're also stupid. What gave you the crazy idea to come onto my turf?
Maybe I should not say anything. Technically it's not your turf because it's the, that family's turf. Let me through. I don't think that's gonna hold up very well. I'm gonna play cool and silent. Yeah, like that.
Has the cat got your tongue?
You've come for a fight. What I've got to say won't change a thing.
You're a quick learner. I decide who comes in and who stays out. And anyone who doesn't respect my rules, I punish them.
Is your name Cat?
What of it?
Maybe we can come to an understanding.
Maybe. Or maybe not.
Oh. Ow. No.
Get this joker out of here. He might have a little trouble walking on his own.
My what? Oh. No, it's okay. Don't worry.
I'm getting careless.
Okay now.
I didn't see that coming. If I want to get into this warehouse, I'm gonna have to deal with her.
No.
Alright, well, if she's gonna have to deal with me, or if I'm gonna have to deal with her, I'm gonna have to be able to get another word out.
Damn stupid idiots. Forget it. Nobody listens to us anyway.
I'll try going down that path eventually. If I can't talk to her, then I'll do that. But it looks like I can.
Hey, Mitchell. A drink for our new friend. I owe you. You don't know how to fight, but at least you've got guts.
Yeah. Aching guts.
Huh. I've got them too. But you don't hear me whining like a pooch who's lost its leash. You didn't back down. Something that I respect. So understand by that, if I catch you again, you'll carry a more permanent reminder of our encounter. Tell me, what brings you to Darkwater?
Ooh.
I'm investigating the deaths of the Hawkins family.
It's very nice of you to tell me the truth so openly. But it's also really stupid of you. You really don't seem to know the area. Let me give you a little advice. If you want to survive more than a day in this rat hole, avoid talking about them to the first people you meet.
Is that more dangerous than having a drink with you?
I'm not kidding. The old families?
Oh, she meant...
They were here long before us. And they'll be here long after we are gone.
The old families?
The descendants of the first whalers. These people truly worship their ancestors.
I've got a few questions about the island.
I'm not here to give you information. Mitchell will tell you what he wants to tell you.
Right, I'm gonna turn those notifications off real quick. I'll be back in a second. Sorry about that. That reconfigured its Steam reconfigured its whole layout, and it took longer than I thought to find the configuration. Anyway, I need help to get into the warehouse.
I need to get into the Hawkins warehouse.
You're out of luck. It's on my turf.
It's precisely for that reason that I've come to see you.
Are you pulling my leg?
Not at all.
I'm very serious. A whole family died in a fire, and I've got reason to believe that there's still more to be said on the subject.
Well, I see you're serious. To be honest, as long as it doesn't interfere with my business, I don't care. But I'll go with you, to make sure you don't stick your nose into things that don't concern you.
Sounds honest to me.
I'm not finished. If I do that for you, if I let you onto our turf to conduct your little affairs, you'll be indebted to me, and I guarantee that I always collect on what I'm owed. Think about it. I help you, you'll owe me a favor in return. Do you accept?
Better collect quick, because I'm getting out of here.
Do I have a choice?
Oh, we always have one, Detective. Follow me.
Nobody questions your authority here. I was given to believe that Fitzroy stood up to you.
That dope tried to save face in front of his sailors. They revere their brave captain as they do their old statues. But sooner or later, all statues get buried in bird shit, and nobody cares.
And the police? They do nothing to stop you?
The local cops? The cops drink like everyone else, sweetheart. They know where their interests lie. Apart from that pig-headed Bradley. I don't know whether to admire his stubbornness or to have pity on him.
Back in the water, you shysters, you're crazy. The cops, they can't understand. Damn stupid idiots.
Is this Bradley?
Nobody listens to us.
It doesn't say. So did I ever tell her that I was a detective, or did she just
He's with me.
figure it out, or did she do some investigating it on me? Do some investigating on me. Because all I remember is telling her that I was looking into the fire. Maybe she just assumed.
That's how it's done. Do I still need to hold your hand? Or do you think you'll get by on your own now?
Don't overdo it.
Good. In that case, I'll leave you. I've done enough mothering for now.
Ugh, this place stinks. What is the connection between this place and the Sarah Hawkins case?
Oh, cool. I bet every single mirror in this game is gonna be broken. Or like over dusted. Like dusty to the point where it's useless. Medicine.
Who has enough money to buy painkillers, but stays in a place like this?
Fish guts.
It smells as bad as it looks. Can't sleep. I know how that feels. Is this one of Sarah Hawkins' paintings?
Oh, hello. Big brain.
What is this picture of Charles and Sarah Hawkins doing here?
Why'd they break the mirror?
What happened here?
Oh, that's cool too. I pointed that out, and then they actually addressed it. All right, get out of here. Leave the scene. Gained 1 point. Consult the diary. We've got 4. I don't think there are any that take 4. At least, oh, psychology. And I picked up a couple items. I picked up one item and I looked at the mirror. I wonder if that affects that in any way. Or if it just is an extra clue. Well, I haven't had to use psychology, I don't think. Eloquence has definitely come into play. Maybe I should just max that out and then I'll be able to get the other ones faster. Improves your chance of convincing or manipulating during discussions. That's useful. So I think I'm gonna go with eloquence for now. But psychology sounds nice too. Alright. Validate this. Rubber stamp it. 6 for the next level. Is that all these? Is level 4 6 things? Can only be improved by objects discovered in the environment. So I got one thing for medicine. I guess I have to find more occultism ones, unless that's like an end game thing. It seems like the kind of thing that would just come up like starting halfway in the game. And I got 0 available points because of course. Oh, okay. Inhabitants. Who's this? It's Roy. Okay. I thought I knew him. Alright. Whatever. Cat. Boss of a gang of bootleggers which seem to use Darkwater as a hideout. Cat always keeps an eye on her territory. The zone of abandoned warehouses on the docks. I have the impression that all the men on Darkwater fear her. Even Mitchell, the owner of the stranded whale, is reluctant to talk about her. She uses Darkwater as the point of her departure for her cargoes of whiskey, and she is slowly gnawing away at Captain Fitzroy's territory. Fitzroy has territory? Like, this isn't a gang turf war. What's going on? What's this? Oh, the chanty. The newspaper article. So I've got that picture. Oh yeah, and the horrible stuff. Officially unused since Charles Hawkins' death, this warehouse recently housed a clandestine resident. Signs of life attest to the fact. The presence of blood-stained bandages must also be noted, probably removed from a wound, as well as pills, painkillers, and sleeping pills. Moreover, the occupant seems to be obsessed with Sarah Hawkins, as attested by the presence of several documents connected to the artist's life. Photograph, press cutting. But it is the discovery of a partly charred painting, recognized by Officer Bradley as having come from the Hawkins mansion, that allows all doubts to be lifted as the link between the contents of this building and the Hawkins case. Where did Officer Bradley come in? Did I take an alternate route and it just like said, you know, the thing happened? I don't know. Alright, let's inspect the painting. Okay, I can't get a closer look at it, and I can't go back to the dream world or whatever, or the nightmare world, whichever one it is. Is this all there was to it? That's it.
Someone has settled in here.
And whoever it is,
Hide.
tell me about the Hawkins case. Is there anyone in there?
Yes.
You! Don't move! You again. I told you to stay away from this warehouse.
Yeah, but not like stay away or I'll arrest you. You said like you don't want to go there. Let's team up.
You seem like a competent officer. We should help each other.
You're trying to manipulate me, Mr. Pierce. I hate to be taken for a fool.
All right, Inspector Lestrade. Let me take a more direct approach. Can you explain what this painting is doing here?
This strange portrait. Wait, I know it. It was in the Hawkins mansion when we came to investigate the fire.
So you confirm that it was removed from the crime scene? Interesting. I'd like to go and see the mansion now.
Of course. You want to go back along his trail? I'd like to understand how this painting made it to here. Come on. My car's parked down the way. Andrews, would you please shut the door? And open your eyes, damn it. This guy went right under your nose.
He was standing right in front of it the entire time. Oh, man.
It. Her again. This case has nothing to do with you, Baker. Clear the passage or I'll shut you up for obstruction.
Officer Bradley, you've finally grown a pair. Too bad you're too fat to see them down there.
Why you?
Come on, keep the smile. You don't want to force me to widen it.
Okay, I get it. Can we go to the mansion now?
I thought I'd straightened you out, mister. I am disappointed, but we'll meet again.
Is it far, this mansion?
Look behind you, at the top of the ridge. You see the building?
Aw, man.
That's the Hawkins mansion. Come on, we got some driving to do.
Who do they think they are? Pierce managed to get into the warehouse. The place, thought to be abandoned, revealed some surprises. Signs of recent occupation, as well as a partly charred painting. Interrupted in his searching by Officer Bradley, Pierce convinced him to join his investigation. I thought we were already working together. What happened? The police officer is willing to drive the detective to the Hawkins mansion. Okay. Enter the madness. Let's do this. He's got a Joker smile.
Well, here we are. Hawkins Mansion. The place has been abandoned since the fire. There's only old Winchester in his hut.
Winchester. Yeah, I thought it burned down.
I see no scorched trees or fire damage on the building.
You're pretty damn observant, ain't you?
Yeah?
The fire was quickly contained. Old Silas acted as soon as he could.
Not soon enough to save the Hawkins.
They were trapped in the drawing room. And don't go troubling Silas anymore. His guilt torments him enough as it is. Are we gonna take a closer look at this mansion, or do you have other questions?
I have many other questions. What happened?
You won't get me to believe that it looked any better 3 months ago.
It's a very old building, you know? Its foundations would probably date from the arrival of the first settlers.
Huh. It's really that old.
Come on, let's leave the stories of the dead alone. They've nothing to do with your case anyhow. Let's go up there. Unless you still have questions.
I still have questions. But this all shifted around. What should I be wary of?
I prefer to be prepared if there's going to be trouble.
It's a wise attitude. But apart from old Silas and some rotten floorboards, there's nothing to worry
rotten
about.
Floorboards, oh no.
You're talking about Winchester.
That's right. The Hawkins' old caretaker. Strictly speaking, he ain't dangerous. But since the tragedy, he's been a little touched. Though
I like how the
he's a remarkably
subtitles didn't
sturdy
say
man,
ain't.
given his age. A true force of nature.
A sad old man doesn't worry me.
Gee, if you don't want to listen to my advice, we might as well go.
No, more
right?
questions.
You're the one who looked after the Hawkins case.
Don't think I was trying to hide it. It's just that this discovery shakes my convictions.
That's why you're so keen to find out who removed the painting from the mansion.
Yes. If something escaped us, or if there's been a law enforcement error, then it's up to the police to make good its mistake. Anything else?
I just did that, right? Okay, so there's white, and then there's slightly less white, and then there's green. What's the difference between gray and green? I guess green leads to more info? Why is the caretaker still here?
He's clearly not doing any guarding.
You know,
yeah.
Silas Winchester has been working for the Hawkins family as far back as I can remember. Charles was like a son to him. The day of the fire, he lost his whole family, so he's got nowhere to go. And, as you'll see, in a way, he's still watching over them. Is there anything else you want to ask me? Or do you want to go up there?
Okay, I'll stop acting like Windows and let's not waste any time.
Night falls quickly here, and I want to be able to see when we arrive.
I'll go with you, if only to reassure Silas.
You know, we probably should have
Why not?
waited until the morning so
Right.
that we could have all day to
Let's
look.
go.
And not have to work in the dark. Oh, let's see what's new here. Garden of Hawkins Manor. Officer Bradley drove us along the cliffs of the Darkwater to Hawkins Mansion. The huge house, set on the edge of a steep summit, looks into the lighthouse. The place seems to be abandoned for some time. Bradley told me about an old caretaker still living here. He shouldn't prevent us from getting to the mansion. This hick cop likes order and justice for whatever reason. He's not so great sleuth, but he seems more inclined than his colleagues to discover the truth in the Hawkins case. The inhabitants of the island seem to be friendly with him, so he could help me in my investigation. Places? God, the gardens. Hawkins Mansion is perched at the top of a steep cliff. The abandoned garden harbors the grave of the Hawkins family graves, and only the old caretaker Silas Winchester still roams this bleak spot. He protects it fiercely and still puts flowers in the graves of his old masters. It's a gloomy place. Okay. Chapter 3 I'm on, apparently. You know, let me change camera sensitivity. That's what I'm usually at. There we go. That's more what I'm used to. You keep going. I'm going to check this area out. Because you never know. Oh, maybe you do know. Okay, you were right. That's why you're leading. That's why you're in charge.
Bradley was right. This place is much older than I imagined.
1693.
But the architecture seems too recent.
Yeah, it's built different. It's a rebuild. That's like very late 1800s. Okay, I set that a little too high. Don't tell anyone, but I'm gonna take the camera sensitivity down. I'm sure I want to apply change. There, that's perfect.
Poor kid.
Oh.
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
I told you. Silas Winchester is still watching over the Hawkins family.
I must say, it's pretty gloomy.
So, Detective, does this place inspire any thoughts?
Well, yeah, it's kind of strange.
Why were they buried here?
I was given to believe that it was Charles Hawkins' wish.
Strange idea. I imagine Webster wasn't too pleased.
Mrs. Hawkins' father? It's said that he's devastated.
Let's go to the mansion.
Please give me a minute. I didn't expect to set foot back here after the burial. What kind of deranged individual would defile this sanctuary and steal a burnt painting? I don't see Silas doing such a thing.
There we go.
Let alone allowing it. Even that broad baker is above that. Lord, have pity on this poor family.
The flowers on Sarah Hawkins' grave are fresh. The old caretaker must be very attached to her.
And not attached at all to him. What's with this?
Charles Hawkins' grave. Who could have done this?
So died 1924. I was right. It's 25. Whenever you're ready, buddy. Okay, I'm gonna go on my own and hope that you come with me. Hopefully that happens. Oh, lighthouse. I thought it was the Eye of Sauron, but no, it's a lighthouse.
I'll have to find another entrance.
Good deduction, detective. Really making those points count. So is he coming with me, or is it...
This
Am I
entrance
supposed
is
to
still
go
in
alone
use.
now?
Whoa! Whoa! You are trying to force the door, you nosy prick!
Easy, sir, all right? Put down the axe.
You know what we do with rubble like you? We gut them. Dump them into the ocean.
Whoa! You're Mr. Winchester. Lower that axe. And let's talk calmly.
I'll show you how we have it out on Darkwater.
Put down the axe, and I'll forget that you threatened a cop.
Show your badge, cop, and then we can talk.
You don't need to see my badge.
You're a bad liar, city boy. For the last time, tell me why you're here. And no baloney.
The police report describes a domestic accident, but Stephen Webster has several reasons to believe that this may not be the case.
Webster is as stubborn as an old mule. And I did tell him that we should let the dead rest in peace.
He wants to restore the reputation of his daughter. I just need to see where the fire started.
The mansion isn't safe. You would break your neck as sure as you're trying my patience right now.
That's why you barricaded the entrance.
That's right.
And this door?
It's locked, and I make sure it stays that way.
No one lives in the mansion, and you don't take care of it anymore. If you have a good reason to be here, I'm listening.
There's vermin. I keep an eye out.
Vermin?
Yeah, that's it, vermin.
Right. This is what we're going to do. I go inside, and I promise that I'll hunt vermin. Okay with you?
I'm not sure.
If there's nothing else to fear, you can give me that key.
Right. Take the key and do what you have to do. Go on, then. Just to get rid of you.
Terrible old
Let's see what
man.
more I can learn from this mansion.
Consult my diary about how terrible you are. The old caretaker of the Hawkins family, Silas Winchester, still watches over the family graveyard and the burnt-out mansion. Devoted to Charles Hawkins, whom he all but raised, he has also a great respect for the memory of Sarah Hawkins and their child Simon. His long months of solitude on the abandoned property have made him very distrustful. Silas still puts flowers on the graves of Charles, Sarah, and Simon. But something's up because Charles's pots were all smashed up, and Simon's flowers taken care of. I don't remember. Okay, that's all good. Got the key. Opens the door to the tradesman's entrance. I hope it was worth the risk. Oh, look who shows up just in time. Thanks. You were really helpful.
Pierce, shall we enter? Now that you finish your fun and games with Silas, we can perhaps inspect the mansion.
You're right. Let's go.
Fun and games.
Stop bothering me. Stop bothering me.
No one's bothering you.
Let's take a look inside.
I'm with you.
Pierce and Officer Bradley explored the gardens of the Hawkins mansion. The family lies in the graveyard of the property, guarded by Silas Winchester. The old caretaker, still faithful to his employers, keeps watch on the place armed with his axe. Pierce and Bradley manage to calm him down and finally get a hold of the key to the Hawkins mansion. They enter the building, looking for the scene of the fire. The entire mansion's in disrepair. They have to try and use their big brain to figure out where the fire started. Which part's fire and which part's massive decay. General mansion trash.
Follow me. I know the place.
Oh, you do
Who left
you?
this light on?
Silas did, obviously. Get the vermin! Silas, you had one job.
The Last Supper of the Hawkins.
You had a ton, but...
What does this tell me?
Picky eater. Ah.
What kind of meat is this?
Looks kind of like salmon. It's a giant salmon. Ugh. It's a giant squid.
This place is for the head of the family, Charles Hawkins.
So he's like... What manner of food is... of meat is this? And he gets up... He stands up rapidly at a head of household's pace. What else is here? Oh, there's this.
The boy was probably here. Smashed his plate on the floor.
Oh, maybe he was angry because he smashed his plate. That's probably it. He's like, ew, squid. You didn't tell me we were having squid. And
Sarah Hawkins' plate. Why did she leave it untouched?
she likes squid. I mean,
Something happened at this table. An argument?
who knows?
Hey, Pierce. Daydreaming again?
Working, officer. This dinner table tells us a lot about the Hawkins family life.
Well, we don't have all day. The scene of the fire is next door.
Oh, great. Thunder and lightning. Wait. Where'd all my imaginary stuff go? The chair is propped up. Silas, did you
managed to bring the fire.
Did you change everything? Great. Now
Let's
what?
see if I can find something the cops missed. Let's see if I can find something the cops missed.
Let's try. I should have looked in the room first.
The child's corpse left a trace. Where are the others? Was Charles Hawkins a heavy drinker?
Ah.
If the painting I found on the docks really came from here, how come it didn't burn?
More importantly, what is it? It's got tentacles.
They had a fight. Why?
Because of a weird tentacle painting.
Did Sarah Hawkins lose one of her shoes? How? Did it stop at the time of the fire?
It's okay, the painting knows all. The painting will tell us what happened. Not quite done, apparently. Oh, what's this? Oh, that's the lantern. Okay, so Charles was drinking, then he started hitting his family, and then the kid kind of passed out here. There's too much fire, though. Like, it seems like it would have to have been doused in gas or something before the lantern fell. Wait, where did it fall from? From the mantle or from the table. Are you a heavy drinker, Charles? There's your second shoe. Wish there was a zoom button. There's a lean, that's nice, and it's lean to either side instead of toggle lean. Is there some jewelry that to look at? Ow, this is the worst. Okay, the kid's dead. He's fine. Oh. How sad. This I got. Next is something over here. And my camera is blocking it, but there's a little question mark, check mark icon. What is that supposed to mean? Am I confused? Yes. Or did I get all the clues? In which case, let me go back. Please, let me go back. Ah.
Did someone escape the fire?
Cool, alright.
Blood. This lamp was thrown. This was no accident. This was a fight. Someone fell here. A desperate attempt to flee.
That was close. You almost destroyed evidence.
So, Detective, what do you make of it?
I found some perfume or something. Fire wasn't an accident. It's official. You suck. The clues don't match. The fire was.
I firmly believe this fire was more than just an accident.
Huh. What's your theory?
I can't say it's a crime of passion, but might have been. Probably mostly because of the drinking, but it seems like another person did it and then ran away. Couple had a fight. It's arson.
Someone deliberately set fire to this mansion.
You sure of that?
There's only one way to be sure.
I just ask that you don't disturb anything. If Chief West found out about what we're doing, I'd be in serious trouble.
Well, I wouldn't worry about getting into trouble. Past that point.
This door is locked.
History of medicine in the 18th century. This collection of medical knowledge and health practices in the 18th century actually only covers the so-called civilized countries. It does not deal with the influence of holistic medicines or medicines from continents considered inferior. So it's just a Eurocentric book, which was most books published in English. Okay. They didn't have Amazon in the 1700s. If it was published in one language, it focused on that language's speaking. Their demographic language. 26%. Okay, so I think every book is 2%, because I got 3 of them. I wasn't sure if the first one counted, but I guess it did. That's nice. It did it kind of retroactively, but not really. Wait. I got 3 CP. Halfway there. Clues. The Last Supper. Since the fire in the Hawkins mansion, the dining room has remained intact. The setting allows the places occupied by the family members to be determined. Visibly, etiquette was respected, even in private. Charles Hawkins sat at the head of the table with wife and son on either side. The knocked-over chair could be due to something that happened after the fire, or it could confirm the theory of a domestic argument. Clearly, the roast was untouched in certain places. The meat mysteriously preserved since then seems to have been the subject of the dispute between the Hawkins couple. Meat fight. Smashed oil lamp. According to the police report, this lamp is the cause of the accidental fire that destroyed the mansion. However, bloodstains and the debris tell a very different story. Sarah's shoe, a partly burned shoe. It seems like it belonged to Sarah Hawkins. The glass of this heavy clock is broken, and the hands show 10 o'clock. It could give the time of the fire or have nothing to do with it. Yay! The scene of the fire contradicting the police report. The Hawkins drawing room tells a totally different version of the fire that claimed the whole family, beginning with the presence of a handprint that throws up the possibility of survivor. Wait, what? Oh, okay. The bodies of Charles and Sarah Hawkins left no mark on the floor, nor, to that matter, in the drawing room, contrary to that of the child, still visible close to the fireplace. The same goes with the glass shards on the floor. A close inspection reveals the presence of blood on several of them. On the wall, the very clear mark left by the painting found in the Hawkins warehouse confirms that the Hawkins case could be much more than a domestic accident. So, in all likelihood, if there is a survivor, it's Sarah. because she would want to, she sent the package to her father's house.
These bandages are covered in dried blood. But whose?
And she would want to, you know, send a message or something.
The lyrics of the drunken sailor, a sea shanty.
Yeah, shanties are great.
An original edition of Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, dated 1818.
Not as impressive as if it was dated 2019 or 2018. That's still like first edition. I think that was like less than 50 years old at that point. Might have even been less.
This piano is in disrepair. Looks like the Hawkins kept it more for decoration than for music. Moby Dick, Melville's classic. The epic battle between man and whale. Mandatory reading for any whaler, I guess.
One of the most overrated books in the history of books.
This place was falling apart long before the fire.
Yeah. Like everything's, all the furniture's covered in sheets and stuff. It's just stuff all over the floors. So they have family portraits and things like that. What are you looking at?
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
What is that? Because it's more than just a lamp. It's also some kind of diffuser. Gonna leave that off. Wait, did I come up this way? No. Here, let me go. Okay, I can. Never mind. Ah. Okay, it's loading in some jump scares. I'm surprised that there hasn't been anything like that, really.
What will her room reveal about her?
Well, she has a chest. Contents unknown.
This padlock is too complicated for me.
I'm giving up. It's too complicated.
This door is locked.
Well, I guess that's the end of our adventures. Nothing notable ever happened. Did I just skip past that door? Oh, I did. All of the doors up here are locked. I require assistance.
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal effects.
Yes, which would be in their rooms, so let's go there.
Did you hear that?
I hear a lot of things. I don't hear the vermin being killed.
What do you know about Charles Hawkins' activities?
Well, not much, to be honest. We all assumed the Hawkins lived on Charles's inheritance.
One of Sarah Hawkins' paintings. Her style sure is recognizable.
Oh, hello, door. You openable? No. Oh, hello, book.
A book on hunting whales. The island's staple diet last century.
It seems like whales would taste, kind of like, chewy and flabby and bland.
Greek mythology. Hecate, goddess of the dead, daughter of Tartarus, and mother of Scylla.
That's my impression of it, at
What
least.
could Sarah have done to make this person threaten to call the police?
Oh. Dear sir, as you know, I have always held you and your family in high respect. Unfortunately, I can no longer continue to close my eyes on the behavior of your wife. Last week she, again, terrified my clientele. I know that she means no harm, but you should have placed her in the care of Dr. Fuller. He alone seems able to make her come to her senses. If these disturbances were to recur, believe me that although it would feel like torture, I would be obliged to involve the police. Respectfully yours, Anton Wellard. Don't know who that is. Complaint. I got a complaint. Police.
If you're right, we should be able to find clues among the Hawkins' personal
Like
effects.
this.
Did you hear that?
Can I go back and ask the caretaker about it? He's much more useful than you have been.
Dark water history. This place was settled back in 1692 by two families that seceded from the New England colonies.
Well, I guess it's worked out. Civil War I averted. Ah. Oh, that's right. Okay. Now all of these are locked, right?
Locked.
Locked, locked, locked. Ah. Good, good. This is their son's playroom.
The boys' room.
The boys' room.
A child's fort. From what threat was Simon protecting his world?
The outside world? Ah. Look at the pictures. You're gonna ignore those? Okay. Hey, there's dinner. That was the first thing I looked at.
Tom Sawyer. Mark Twain. Sarah must have read it to him before bed. Sleeping pills. Strong for an 11-year-old boy. What was wrong with this family? What nightmarish vision could have inspired them? Simon's troubles went beyond family problems. That kid saw something. Something terrified him.
And they've been taken down.
Locked.
Of course. Aha. This was closed before. No, no. The interior room was.
Sarah Hawkins must have been extremely agitated resorting to such a treatment.
Huh. This is locked.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Oh yeah, and I tried the skull on that too. What? Oh yeah, the one like right in the middle near the top looks like the painting that was in the mail. A bit. The arms are longer in this one. And not as tendrily. But yeah. Occultism. Cool, that's 5% per pickup. Good, because I've been seeing less of those. I was going this way.
Locked.
Of course. Which led me into here. Or did it? No. I tricked myself. Turned here and went the other way. Now this is still going to be locked.
This door is locked.
Yeah, okay, so there's these scratches all over the place. I can't look at one and be like, hey, we should go over there, check that out. What was that? Oh, it's just the close that. What's this? Aha! To her office. This?
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
That's not her office. Then there would be only one last door.
This door is locked.
I should use the key. Well, at least I have a key to use. Oh, all the drawings are here.
What was going through that boy's mind?
That boy ain't right. There we go.
Was Sarah Hawkins interested in the occult? What was she trying to achieve?
Well, let's find out. If the creature is not yet anchored on our dimension, an expulsion ritual might work, as long as the person performing it makes sure that he integrates the elder sign among the glyphs that make up the ceremonial circle. Be careful though, because the works that describe the creation of such circles are not all of proven reliability. Extract taken from the Melius Basterium by Abigail G. I want to say that's a made-up symbol language, glyph language. But there's a couple things that look like Norse runes. Oh yeah. So she's a little crazy. The boy has some sleeping problems. Got that key. CP. Light my lighter. There we go.
This ledger lists all of the paintings Sarah Hawkins sold.
Let's see. Average of about 500, I'd say. Maybe, well. Yeah, I'd say that, because there's some that are 200, and then there's some that are 1600. Almost all of them were bought by FS. Dr. F. The Shambler. Huh. Just out of curiosity, how much is $500 in 1925 money? It's about $7,000. Wow. Okay. All right. Back to work. Stream software. All right. So FS. Whoops.
It seems the last one was given for free to a Francis Sanders.
Oh, okay.
Why?
Francis Sanders. I don't think that there's anyone that I know by that name. Inhabitants, I guess that's a person. Francis Sanders, was that it? Francis Sanders. Where does it say that? Yeah, most of them were Francis Sanders, I guess. And a couple for JF. Which is, there's also Dr. F. 2 of those. Right. Let's find out more about her crazy times. If we can. I think that's the door back into the hallway. Or maybe this is.
Bradley? Is that you?
No. Yes.
The door is blocked on the other side.
Uh-oh. Oh. I thought that was like a bloody torso. Yeah, I'm gonna get ya. I have a really stubby arm. Oh.
It's no use. The padlock won't give.
Well, that's definitely the same door, right? Whatever.
Is anyone there?
Oh, that's good.
You! Stop!
Bradley, did you see which way he went?
Who? I didn't see anyone. I just heard some noise. Are you all right?
A man was hiding on the upper level. He ran when he saw me. He can't be far.
Catch the thief.
I'll cover you.
Let me switch from one light source to another. Oh, yeah. I'll stay with the lantern, thanks. Are we taking different routes, or is this the way he went?
This door was closed earlier. Where did he go?
Must have got out some way.
No, he was here. I'm sure. Let's search this room.
Forgotten law. Oh! Hello?
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
I gotcha.
It looks like an old Seaway map.
Very old. The Scylla, the Prodigal, the Orpheus, the St. Claudine. And they've got latitude, longitude coordinates. The one for the Prodigal has it in, just stops in the middle of the Atlantic at a point and turns. I guess because of, it's like a wind map. I know there's a reason that they do that, but I forget what it is. It's either the wind or the current flows better that way. I forget. But there's some reason. Let me see. Oil refill. Oh, okay. That's why I would want to switch.
Clearly, Charles Hawkins knew Captain Fitzroy very well.
And the third man, who I have yet to see. This is relatively recent. I mean, Fitzroy isn't that old. I guess he would also be Fitzroy. His grandfather was who was the captain on the Scylla. That was 80 years ago. So, Fitzroy now would be 60 at most. I guess they could have taken this a while ago.
I wonder who the man with the glasses is in the photograph. Probably another friend of Hawkins.
You don't know him?
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Charles Hawkins was a sort of traveler, right?
More like an adventurer, I guess. He left for months, exploring remote places and abandoned temples.
Have you seen the old maritime maps on Charles Hawkins' desk?
Strange. No ship has left Darkwater's shore for years. Maybe he kept them for sentimental reasons.
Okay, so at least you can refill your oil infinitely. I hope. Well, I barely used any, so maybe it's not a one-time refill, it's a until it runs out refill. Oh, hello. Oh. I thought I would have gotten the diploma.
Seems like this came from a log.
1847. Darkwater Island. We sailed north all morning. Captain Hamilton is confident. He says we'll beat up the Orpheus this season. May God be merciful. Monday the 24th of May. Sunday the 30th of May. I preferred it when the whales disappeared without trace. With these carcasses, we can no longer ignore their sad fate. What is eating these huge beasts? I told Hamilton that it was a bad omen. He doesn't care. Tuesday, 1st June. We dropped anchor near a village. The inhabitants say that the waters are red with the blood of the sacred beasts, and to follow them is to defy the gods. I told them that I only feared God Almighty, but in the loneliness of the hold I'm scared. 4th June. We've sighted a huge whale in the distance. Its size seems to be beyond anything known to man. It sends out an infernal song. Hamilton wants it. Wednesday, 23rd June. We've caught it. It's the most grotesque whale I've ever laid eyes upon. It will go into memory as the biggest catch ever. Men have died, but we have gained glory. This day will be celebrated for years to come. Tuesday, 29th June. Darkwater. We have beaten the Orpheus, returned with empty holds. The Scylla and Hamilton are only memories. Wait, why is the Scylla only a memory?
There must be a link with the Seaway map.
Oh, whatever.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Yeah, how suspicious. Ah.
The Scylla. It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor. The Scylla.
Okay.
It's the boat that was stranded at the entrance to the harbor.
You can stop now. Is this a puzzle?
Looks like the navigational paths described in the log.
Somebody has added coordinates to this old sea map that make up a journey. Huh.
As if the bookcase has been moved several times.
Well, move it then.
This globe seems to have been part of some mechanism.
Eh?
Doesn't work. I must have missed something. There must be a link with the Seaway map.
This one is bracketed 33 north, 53 west. Thirty-three north. Oh, maybe line it with the compass? I don't think so. But yeah, alright.
Looks like it worked.
Well done, Pierce.
Before you go down there, fill up on oil. Of course you can. Inside the Hawkins mansion, the scene of the fire revealed its secrets. Pierce and Officer Bradley, now on the trail of the survivor, had undertaken a search of the place, looking for proof. When a hooded man leaps into Sarah Hawkins' workshop to steal a painting, detective and police officers set after him. By following him to the office of Charles Hawkins, they discovered a secret passage. Pierce and Bradley enter the tunnel under the mansion. Enter madness.
Secret passage. Under the manor. It's like a detective novel. That guy must have already gotten far.
Yeah. And he had a direct means of entry. 3 seats.
Ah.
Did Charles Hawkins use this place? Who were the others?
The ship captain and the guy with the glasses.
What is this mask supposed to represent? Whatever Charles Hawkins hid here, he didn't want it in his house. This piece of cloth is unmistakably from a dress. Was Sarah Hawkins here?
Oh, she followed him. That was their fight.
A disfigured saint. What does it mean?
Ugh. It looks like a, one of those hanging things from Half-Life. I forget what they're called. That keeps going.
Of course.
Of course.
And something tells me that the key is climbing these steps. There's tunnels all over this island. Given the size of this cave, there's gotta be other entrances.
The passage continues further down. Might as well start with that.
I ain't gonna squeeze in there. I'll find another way. If possible, I prefer not to ruin my uniform.
Fine, fine. Go look for another entrance. I'll try my luck down below.
In other words, he's quitting. That's what that means. Secondary objective, go to the main cave. Out of my way. Oh. No, don't make noise. Oh, that oil burns fast. Was that like 75%? I'm glad that you had the lighter too. Because in things like Amnesia and
These paintings must be several centuries old.
anything with flashlight batteries, you're kind of screwed once you run out of batteries. 7 CP. How did that happen? Okay, I got eloquence. Is strength lockpicking too? Force doors and mechanisms. Okay, yeah, get that. And I still have 3. I think I'm gonna go for strength next. I'd like to have more than a 40% chance of picking locks. Okay. Places. Hawkins Mansion. The Hawkins Mansion was falling into ruin well before the fire that all this stuff. Sarah Hawkins' office bears the signs of an occult practice, and a no doubt huge creature left its mark on the walls of the corridor that leads to its workshop. As for Charles Hawkins' office, it revealed a passage into a network of underground caves. Who would have guessed that Hawkins' mansion was hiding such a big and intricate tunnels underneath? Why, I did. I kind of figured it was heading straight down. It seemed to be the hideout of a cult of some kind. I can't believe Sarah and Simon lived right above such danger without knowing anything. No, they figured it out. Or at least Sarah did. She knew. A tribe of men, worshippers of the sea and its benefits, landed on the shores of an island surrounded by dark waters. They were discovered by the creature of some called the devourer of whales. For years the creature hunted them down in their dreams until their weakened minds surrendered. Following the creature's orders, they sunk into the dark waters surrounding the island and never came back. Extract taken from the Malleus Bestiarium. By Abigail G. Clues. The strange antechamber hidden at the entrance to the network of caves raises new questions. The presence of a table and 3 chairs leads to the belief that Charles Hawkins used to be the place for meetings in small groups. The existence of objects with esoteric connotations is more worrying, since they lead to the impression that we may be in the presence of a cult. Moreover, the torn fabric revealing Sarah Hawkins' presence in the place does raise questions. Was she in danger because she discovered these tunnels? Also, who's that guy? Old hurricane lamp, still working. I've just got to be careful, it burns a lot of oil. It certainly does. Okay, main cave. Look, statue. Yeah. I don't know why I got a character point for that, but at least I think that's what it stands for. Makes sense. That is where I came from. Yeah. Oh, that's why I got it, because I did a optional objective. Optional objective complete.
Time has weakened these structures.
There's a pier and a boat there, or a dock. What's the difference between a dock and a pier? Is one bigger? Find the thief's trail.
I don't have time to search them all.
Okay, we'll search the most suspicious one. Okay, he didn't go this way because would have found him, or he would have found me more likely. What are these? Oh, hello.
It looks like animal oil, but certainly not whale.
Animal oil, okay. Sure. Okay, I'm coming in. Coming through. Ha, suckers.
What's going on here?
Piers!
Keep your voice down. We're not alone.
Good God. What have you got me into?
We'll see. I'll go on. Try to go down on your side.
Yeah, there's a passage. I'll meet you at the bottom.
I find his timing suspicious. Is he a traitor? Which people are traitors? When I play horror games, I think everyone's the enemy. Everyone's crazy about me. They're all out to get me. Oh! That's not good. I just thought they were chanting, but they're sacrificing somebody or something like that. No, not me. Sacrifice somebody else. Okay, half a shark. Bunch of guts. Is that one of... Oh, that's the painting that the guy stole. The thief. Oh, and now there's blood on it. No! Not deeper. We were deep enough.
I got it.
Oh god. I've had this dream before.
Breathe. What's happening?
Okay. It's not good.
No, damn it! I must find a way out of here.
Is it my turn?
Yes. It is time. You will soon be one of us, if your body and mind are ready.
I dream of it every night. I have constant visions. I am ready.
Good enough. Prove it to us.
It's like in my dream.
Am I just dreaming again, or is this actually happening? It seems more like it's actually happening. Explore the caves. Don't be locked. Okay. So far, so good. Well, I'm gonna learn about occultism.
I can't read Latin.
30%. I guess, yeah, I need to get to 40% for level 3. And I'm at 4 CP. That's good. Going pretty fast. Faster than I expected. I thought it would be a struggle. I keep using the controls for Soma. I keep pressing R2 to use stuff. Oh. Okay. No. Use less light. To the caves. We're doing this again. Okay, so there's their little cult symbol. Looks kind of like a set of stairs with a ball rolling down it or something. Sounds bad when you try and explain it. Okay, here's where things went bad last time. Let's not have to have that happen.
You who sleeps, accept this dream under your immortal will.
Ya Cthulhu Nithsiha Fitag.
Grant him your flesh and accept his, so that his body and yours may be one.
Yibithink Upadk Cthulhu Bithinkor.
Grant him your mind and accept his, so that his mind and yours may be one.
Yeloig Upadk Cthulhu Loigna.
Grant him your dreams and accept his, so that the paths of your souls finally intertwine.
Yor El Cthulhu Kashag.
Let his soul guide you to us, just as your dreams guided it to you.
Yor El Cthulhu Bogshug.
Let your dreamers open the way, so that the day finally comes when you will awaken.
La Cthulhu Nafal Fatagan.
Did anything happen? He's kind of stretching out like a possessed guy. As much as I want to watch their little ritual, let's not get caught by them.
I feel him.
Shh. You are gifted indeed. Not another word. Let him pass through every part of you. All you who sleep, we pray for your return into the kingdom of the earth.
Stelbisna Cthulhu Kashog.
Well, moving on.
Bring me more sacred flesh.
We are ready for the ceremony. What about your protege?
His awakening is complete. He will join you shortly.
Dead? This ritual killed him. Where's the sense in that?
Are you dead too? Looks like it. Alright. Hold on. There should be another sanity thing. Oh, nightmares. I have nightmares now. But it should have unlocked one of the things from stable to nightmares. Instead it just changed it to say nightmares. Okay, weird. Did my skills change? No. Okay. Let's see, wait. Occult. They are laid out on a frozen stone. One would say that they are dead, but their bodies do not decompose. Are they in some form of coma? One thing is sure, these men were subjected to a type of treatment that changed their physical characteristics. I'm not sure that we can still call them men. Extract from the notebook of Edward Pierce, private detective. The strange antechamber hidden at the entrance to the network of caves raises new questions. The presence of a table and 3 chairs leads to the belief that Charles Hawkins... read that already. Moby Dick, boo. I thought I got more insight and occult things. Is it just the one? I got a bunch of location things. That was probably it. I'm gonna explore the caves by leaving them.
Cthulhu, Cthulhu, Lenalaf, Kle Nochschlag, Rele, Gorkanira, Segof, Enipedach, Nikif, Kristelbas, Cthulhu, Lenalaf, Kle Nochschlag, Rele, Gorkanira, Segof, Enipedach, Nikif, Kristelbas, Cthulhu.
Bradley, what are you doing here? I saw 2 odd-looking guys coming down. Seemed up to no good.
He's freaky.
What in the world is this?
An intruder!
Oh, shit! Don't move! Police!
Oh, this was
Don't
the part from the
move!
dream.
I won't hesitate!
Bradley, get back!
Shoot.
Get back!
You asked for it!
Oh.
You shouldn't have seen this.
Uh-oh, uh-oh. Run.
It's caving in. I need to get out of here.
Desperately. That was a surprise, though. I figured he was totally dead.
My leg.
Did I actually get hurt? Or is this, Is this the fake half-death that I'm in because I got hit? Oh. Well, that didn't happen for him. Them. Oh, light.
Light! At last.
No. Pearson Officer Bradley followed the intruder to the secret meeting place of a cult set in a network of underground caves right under the Hawkins Manor. They witnessed a strange ceremony led by Charles Hawkins, very much alive. Bradley tried to arrest him, but Hawkins, whose body displayed various mutations, disemboweled the police officer. As he tried to escape from him, Pierce found himself prisoner of a rockfall. Rushed to the Riverside Institute, he is in a critical state. Sure, the cultists didn't kill him off? Who brought him to the hospital? Wait, it's not a hospital, it's an insane asylum. Right. Well, in any case, this is probably a good place to stop as soon as this is done loading. And I'll see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock Central Time for more of this, starting at chapter 5. I don't know how many chapters there are. Alright, enter madness. But, oh, it's gonna make me watch the cutscene.
Prepare another soft one, Jackson.
No!
Oh, that's the guy, glasses man.
He's having a seizure.
Yeah, thanks to you.
Survive. Strong subject.
No.
He's opening his eyes.
You saved him, Fuller. I can't get up.
Don't move, Pierce. You can certainly say that you gave us a scare.
What did you do to me? Undo these straps!
Whoa! Go easy, my friend.
You were dead. He killed you.
Are you sure he's better?
He was dead. Me too, we were dead! What are you doing?
I'm sorry, my friend.
What? No!
Okay, so he's a fake or a clone or something. Or shapeshifter. Or he was just deceiving me from the beginning and that was an act.
Where am I?
Alright. So I will see you tomorrow at 6 o'clock and we'll continue our escape from this asylum. Alright. Bye.